It's certainly filling. And the flavours, wow. Hola Spain lovers, hola food lovers, Stuart here with another food review video. I'm in a small town here in the Madrid community called Morata de Tajuña, around 40 kilometers away from Spain's capital city Madrid, and I'm going to go and have lunch today in this restaurant that I have here to my right, which is called Mesón El Cid. This is one of the most popular restaurants in this town. It gets very, very busy because the food is apparently pretty good, and I'm going to be honest, on a beautiful day like today, I'm feeling hungry and can't wait to get stuck into the food. So without further ado, let's go inside, sit down and get stuck into the meal. Vamos! Now, the first thing I'm going to say about this place is that there's definitely a rustic vibe going on. I'm not going to say an old vibe, but a rustic vibe. You get what I mean, right? And taking a look at the type of tables that they've got here, the decorations that they've got going on, the chandeliers that they've got going on, they're going for that rustic vibe. And the name sort of gives it away as well. Mesón El Cid, of course, named after the famous warrior back in the day here in Spain that took on the Muslims, I think, or maybe he fought with the Muslims, I don't know. But if anyone out there is a history buff, let me know in the comment section below the history of El Cid, and this place named after him. So a very rustic vibe going on, as I said. Now, I've got the menu of the day. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to choose from the first course, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to choose from the second course. So fairly simple. Included is drink, dessert or coffee, which is the norm here in Spain nowadays, dessert or coffee. So we've got a rice dish that comes with snails. I think I'll pass on that one. We've got a vegetable soup, we've got some macaroni, we've got some potatoes with cuttlefish. I think I'll go for that. Mixed salad and also lentils. Maybe lentils? No. I'll go for something different today. For the second courses, we have a lamb stew. We've also got a piece of chicken, which is grilled, I think. We've also got a pork dish. There's an egg dish as well, fish, and also calamari. So I'm going to go for the lamb dish, I think, today. So I'll wait for the waiter to come over and take the order, and then we'll get stuck into the food. Now, washing it down today with a glass of red wine, house wine, nothing fancy, included in the menu. Let me try it. Not bad, not the best, not the worst that I have tried. I'm going to be honest about that. And one thing about this restaurant that has stood out so far for me is the amount of people eating. I've got one gentleman here to my left. I've got another table in front of me there, table of 3 over there, a big table of 10 over there, and another 1, 2, 3 tables that are full. So what time is it? 1:33 in the afternoon, and this place is around a quarter full, I would say. It's a big place, I will say also, and I'm not sure whether today it's going to be full to the brim, but at weekends, if you came here, it would be. And I have come here once before at the weekend, and it was very, very busy. Lots of outdoor seating, lots of big tables, lots of families, lots of groups coming here to eat, and it's been around for a while, so that tells me that the food must be good. And I'm going to be honest, I'm really looking forward to today's meal. Hope you guys are too. We'll get the reviews out of the way. It's got 4.2 out of 5, 2,739 reviews. That is a lot, I will say. So the average 4.2, which is quite good. Let's have a look at some of the recent reviews. Let's have a look here. Newest, we've got 3 stars from this person here. So noise level loud, seating type indoor dining area. So not overly happy with the meal was that person. 5 stars was the next one here. 555. Food 5, service 5, atmosphere 5. The next one 5 as well. Family meal, which is what I mentioned before. And another one here, 4 stars. So around that 4.2 mark, I think, would be the average. And again, we'll see what my rating of the food is today. I've gone for 2 dishes that I haven't tried before, the cuttlefish dish and also the lamb dish. It's not very common, I don't think, to get lamb available on the menu of the day options. If you're ordering a la carte, yes, you can get lamb, but this is a lamb dish that I have gone for today, and I think it's going to be tasty. Let's wait for the food to come out. So my first course has arrived, as you can see here. This is the cuttlefish with potatoes, a nice broth dish, and also one of these spoon dishes here in Spain, which at this time of the year are my absolute favorite. I love getting tucked into this type of food. The warmth that it brings, the full stomach after a meal like this, just right for these cooler temperatures now here in Spain. And I'm going to say that there is a fair bit going on in this dish. We've got lots of potatoes, we've got red peppers as well, green peppers, onions, garlic in there as well, I imagine, and a little bit of cuttlefish, which is what I have on the spoon currently. But firstly, I'm going to try this broth. That is very good. The flavors of this broth, incredible. Let me go back for some more to make sure that I'm not mistaken. Absolutely. This is what I was expecting. The potatoes are soft, they're perfectly cooked, everything is well seasoned. This is an absolute treat. I could eat this every week. The other vegetables in here as well add the perfect flavors. The green peppers, the red peppers, the onions. I can see why this is a popular restaurant. In fact, the broth is so good, I can't stop eating it. The ultimate test with a bit of bread, dipping it in here. The bread seems to be a decent quality also, I will say. Let's dip this in here. Let's get this into my mouth. Now, let's try the cuttlefish. See if it's well cooked. Yeah, so it's perfectly cooked, it's soft, it's easy to eat, it's not chewy, it's not tough. Wow. And remember that this is the first course, and if the first course is this good, imagine what the second is going to be like. But then again, I have been noticing in recent times that a lot of the first courses seem to be of a better quality than the second courses, if that makes sense. Or maybe it's just the restaurants that I go to, don't know. Let me know in the comment section below your opinion on that. And I reckon that for a lot of people, this first course would be enough. It's certainly filling. And the flavors, wow. And to be honest, I'm glad I didn't go for the lentil dish because, I mean, I can have that virtually anywhere here in Spain, but this is not always going to be on the menu, that's for sure. And again, I'm going to say slow cooking, simple ingredients, the best type of food here in Spain, in my opinion. Why do you want anything fancy when you can have this, the simplicity, and it's also very, very healthy. There's nothing artificial going on in here at all. Dish number one done and dusted. Bring on number two. Now this is what I have been waiting for, the Spanish style lamb stew. As you can see, not a lot going on the plate. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of lamb. Not a young lamb, I don't think. I don't know whether it would be mutton. I don't think it would be that old, but it's not a young lamb, as you can often get here in Spain, very, very young lamb. This is not the case. We've also got the common French fry on the side of the plate, or chip as we say in Australia, and a lot of sauce, I will say, or gravy. That is what all of the meat is swimming in. Let me try the gravy first. It's very flavoursome, I will say. Absolutely no complaints as far as the gravy is concerned. Is this a common dish here in Spain? Yes, in the central part of the country, in the Castillas, also here in Madrid. You'll find this on a lot of restaurant menus. It's normally quite tasty. The lamb is normally quite well cooked. So let's get stuck into the lamb and see. And if you were expecting an Irish style lamb stew or a British lamb stew, you're going to be disappointed because there's no boiled potatoes in here, or potatoes that have been cooked with the meat. There's no carrots. There's no other veg going on. I think there might be some vegetables in the sauce, maybe a bit of onion and things like that, maybe some garlic as well, but that's about it. So basically it is meat and chips. Let's see if it's tasty. So the meat's a little bit tough, I will say. I was expecting a more tender lamb, if that makes sense. A little bit tough, a little bit chewy. The complete opposite to the first course, where that cuttlefish was perfectly cooked and very, very tender. This, a little bit tough. The sauce, or the gravy, very, very flavoursome. It has been cooking away for a long time, I think. What about the chips? With a bit of gravy on top. Let's see. So, again, with the chips, I don't think they are freshly cut, hand-cut chips, packet chips, I think. And have they been fried a couple of times? I don't know. They're certainly crunchy. But the supposed star of this dish, the lamb, a little bit disappointing. I think, as I said before, it lacks some vegetables. But again, just me. Certainly no complaints as far as the flavours are concerned. It's flavoursome. But the first course for me today definitely has been the winner so far. And the standout on this plate, definitely the gravy. You'll be able to see how thick the gravy is here when I dip the piece of bread in. None of it drips off at all. That is the winner on the plate today. I'm going to try to get the lamb off the bone if I can. And I think the lamb should be falling off the bone, and it's not the case. Bit of an effort required to get it off the bone. So, a bit of a letdown in that regard as well. But again, for the price, should I be complaining? Probably not. And again, that's me done and dusted. Bring on dessert. Now I have hit the jackpot with my dessert today. This is my favorite cake here in Spain, Tarta de Santiago, or the Santiago cake if you like. Why is it my favorite cake? I don't know. I like the taste of it. I like the ingredients. And whenever I see this on the menu or it is offered to me, I take it because, as I said, my favorite cake. And it's one of these cakes here in Spain that has an interesting history, as we can read here. Originating in Galicia, with a history dating back to at least 1577, when it was called the Torta Real, or the Royal Cake if you like. From the 16th to the 18th centuries here in Spain, the cake was initially a luxury item in wealthy households, created from a simple mix of almonds, sugar and eggs. And then nowadays it has become popular and accessible to the majority of the population, which is positive for me. So enough of the chatter, let's get stuck into this cake. And the first thing you notice when you dig your spoon is how moist this cake is. And that's the specialty of this cake, its moisture. Let's see. Absolutely. Simple ingredients, simple cake, but extremely flavoursome. It's not overly sweet, it's perfect. And it has that hint of almond coming through it as well, which is the main characteristic of this cake. You can also see that it's a dense cake as well. And that's another thing that I like about it. It's not light, it's not fluffy, it's dense. And that was the perfect way to finish the meal today. Time to ask for the bill, pay for the bill, and give you my final thoughts on the food experience today. Stay tuned. So my final thoughts on the meal today. I've come outside. It's such a lovely day here in Madrid, 19 degrees Celsius, wonderful sunny day, and it was getting a little bit noisy in the dining room there. So the total price, 14 euros for the meal of the day today. And I reckon it was a reasonable price for what I had. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, good value or not. Breaking the food down, starting with the first thing that I ate today, which was the stew, if you like, cuttlefish and potato stew. Absolutely delightful. The highlight of the meal for me today, except for the dessert, which I'll come to in a couple of minutes time, but the first course was wonderful. The cuttlefish was perfectly cooked. It wasn't chewy. The potatoes also were fantastic. I'm going to give that meal a solid 4.4 out of 5, so quite a good score for that. The second thing that I ordered, the lamb stew, a little bit disappointed that there weren't more ingredients in it. It was quite basic, as you saw. The sauce was tasty, can't take anything away from the sauce. The meat was a little bit chewy, could have been cooked a little bit better, more tender if you like, and the fries, nothing to say about those fries. I wasn't disappointed with the second course, but if I had my time again, I would probably order something different. 3.9 out of 5. And the final thing that I ate today, the dessert, was an absolute winner. One of my favorite cakes here in Spain, as I said, similar to what it always tastes like, so there was nothing special there, but a very, very good choice, and I'm going to give that 4.3 out of 5 because, as I said, I love Tarta de Santiago. The wine that I had, I didn't drink too much of it because I'm driving today, maybe a sip or two. Fairly stock standard for the menu of the day, and again, you have to mix it with something to make it more palatable. But again, just my opinion, maybe you would like that wine, maybe not, I don't know. but for me, it isn't a wine that I would like to drink regularly. The service in this restaurant, as you would expect in a big place like this with lots of people sitting down and eating, the service was fast, the waiters were attentive, not very communicative. The waiter that I had didn't say much, so I can't really rate his service, but I'm going to say 4 out of 5 for that. So in general, I reckon this place lives up to its 4.2 out of 5 rating that it has on Google, but again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Other questions and comments also in that comment section. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video when I publish it. Until the next one, buen provecho from the center of Spain.